So, some of you may have heard of this niche little series called you go around killing demons in many stylish ways with many different weapons, and for the longest time, I disregarded the series as one of those games I would never get into, even though I heard good things about it. However, come the time I get an actual job and start using Steam more, I see Devil May Cry 5 on sale and wonder, is this worth it? And the obvious answer is yes. I mean, look at this game. How could I have not got this? I even could have refunded it if I didn't like it, but clearly that didn't happen. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here talking about it. So today, I will be talking about my experience with Devil May Cry 5. Before I go into it, I just want to say that I knew absolutely nothing about this series, other than this wacky woohoo pizza man exists named Dante. But aside from that, I only knew the name of one other character vaguely, and I didn't even know who that really was, but I'll get into that later. Anyway, I decided to watch this summarization for the game to try and get a little bit from it, but that resulted in failure because I did not understand anything and decided I would just jump in instead of trying to rewatch it and piece things together. Also, by the way, I played this on human mode because this was my first DMC game and my first real hack and slash, so yeah, let's go. Anyway, I was kind of surprised with how this all looked. I never played many games with crazy graphics, and I know the video on YouTube doesn't do it justice because of compression and whatnot, but I was immediately invested, not just because of the graphics, but because of the presentation. Anyway, getting into a little bit of the story, this this guy walks in, and I only heard his name through the summarization of the entire series, but his name is Nero, and guess what? He's missing an arm. Then, there's this emo-looking dude named V, and I remember thinking, man, I kinda wanna play him despite him looking edgy as crap. Either way, we walk in, and we're trying to help the man, the myth, the legend himself, Dante. Because he's losing. Yeah, not a great first introduction to him, since, he does this kind of stuff in other games. Either way, once I got control of Nero, I ran around, getting used to the controls, and got into my first encounter. With the fodder demons easily destroyed, and me feeling used to the controls already, I found my way through some other demons and made my way to the big bad demon king, named Urizen. Now, I figured this was a fight I was supposed to win, but yeah, that's not quite right. And although I was surprised by the loss, I realized it was supposed to happen then, and Dante was back up to try again for round 2. Well, that didn't work so well. So with no one being able to beat this demon, we had to leave, and hey, would you look at that? That's a B. My first level. Nice. However, that was just the prologue, and I had so much more of the game to go. And the game was gonna give me just a little bit of a taste with the intro. Now, this intro is insane, and it's one of the best intros to a game I have ever seen. I mean, the music, the animation, the way they integrated the credits and everything, it's amazing. And I know no one rates introductions to games, but I gotta say, this right here is a 10 out of 10 introduction. I mean, it gets the blood pumping, it shows just how cool the game is almost immediately, and it's just great. Can we just take some time to appreciate this intro and how much effort had to go into this, because this is insane. Anyway, with that out of the way, time to go kill some more demons with my one arm. Oh, sorry, 2 arms. Wait, what?
Taking notes?
Yeah, Nero gets a prosthetic arm made to help kill demons from Nico, this lady that somehow drives this van and keeps it intact. How? I don't understand. Where did she learn to drive? But back to Nero, with this new arm, he gets rid of some demons and a lovely houseplant.
Who brought the marshmallows? Because I'm bringing the fire.
And oh yeah, he can charge his sword. You heard me. He can charge his sword. Why is this game so cool? I didn't really notice or question it the first time he did it in the prologue, but this time you couldn't not notice it when he literally has that line. And it didn't exactly help knowing that he could charge his sword, because I did not understand that spamming the charge did not make it charge faster, and in fact, it makes it charge even less. So I spent a lot of time in the fight doing this, but I did eventually beat it. Now, some of you may be wondering at this point, Nero, what happened to your arm? Well, perfect time to ask, because it's flashback time. So yeah, Nero has a flashback after getting rid of the Qliphoth roots to him losing his arm to this guy. Did he just make a portal with a sword? A sword, mind you, that was just Nero's arm a second ago? Oh hey, I got my first dust rank. Yeah, so moving on and not questioning that whatsoever, we go through the city, killing some more demons along the way, finding a phone that's somehow still working, and we call Nico. And we find this giant demon named the Goliath that Nero describes as a
knuckle-scrapping fart in the wind.
And he really does just call him that without a care in the world. This guy is crazy. So, with an insult like that, he tries to kill Nero, doesn't succeed, and right as Nero is about to finish him off,
I curse my stars in bit of grief and woe. That made my love so high, and me so low. Little wanderer, I thee home. Pardon my delay. I was catching up on some reading.
Alright, Mr. Poetry. With Mission 2 complete, we move on, and Nero continues through the city, into some sewers, and eventually finds himself encountering Artemis.
What? No chit-chat or monologue? Just getting right to the point, huh?
Why does every introduction for everything in this game have to be so cool? Anyway, we fight this, and it ends in somewhat of a weird way, but we take those, and we find out that inside this thing is one of Dante's friends, Lady. Yes, that's her name, and there's reasons for it that I won't explain here, because this isn't exactly a lore video of the entire series, or at the very least, of a certain other game in the series. Anyway, with her saved, maybe we can get some answers as to what happened to Dante and his other friend, Trish. But first, we have to play as V. Wait, I'm playing as him now? Yeah, and I thought he was really fun to play. Apparently other people often think otherwise. Just his battle theme and way of attacking, being with Griffin and Shadow, and him having to deal the killing blow was just so interesting, and it felt so good. Sure, it just looks like me scrambling around a lot in footage until he could just get that final hit, but it was me scrambling with joy. Oh, and trying to avoid damage. However, there is one other thing that you can do, and you guys aren't going to believe this, trust me. Trust me, it's crazy. You guys ready for it? You're not ready. He can change his hair color. But with that hair color change comes this giant beast called Nightmare. And yeah, I guess you could say he's pretty strong. Now, after getting used to all of these familiars, it was time for the first boss fight. And, it wasn't too tough either. Not much to say about him. He went down pretty easily. Maybe there'll be a bigger challenge later.
Okay, alright, that's not good at all. That's not good.
Griffin took the words right out of my mouth. So V is now in the sewers, and hey, didn't Nero go through the sewers as well? And after getting out, decided it was best to call Nico for assistance.
Hey, I could use a hand.
How is this van still in one piece? Anyway, we called for assistance at a good time, because right after, V eavesdrops on a conversation between a couple of demons, and then decides to fight one of them. What a madman. And this is another boss that goes down pretty easily, but he did knock out V's familiars near the end. A little close there. Either way, even though V did win, only the horse was killed, and V decides to go look for a sword that might assist him and Nero in their fight against the Demon King, the Devil Sword Sparta.
What the hell? Whoa. He's too big to leave alone.
Oh, right, you exist. Now it's Nero's time to take down this giant cockroach, and he doesn't live long either. Playing on human mode did not make this much of a challenge in the early game. Oh, yeah, and Lady exists. I forgot about her too. Unfortunately, Lady only remembers Trish being captured, but doesn't know what happened to Dante, and it looks like it's time to go find out ourselves. What's happening? Blur. So, Nero and V split again, with Nero going to try and take down Urizen, and V going to find the Devil Sword Sparta to help take him down. But back to Nero, he goes and eventually fights Urizen again. It doesn't go so well, but at least he got a hit. Nero gives it another attempt, but still too strong, and at this point, we're wondering, how could we even take him down? Oh, this thing might be able to. What is it? Not sure, but you know what it's time for? A flashback again. Now this flashback is when V first told Dante about this Demon King.
This is special.
Special? Okay. So what's so special about this one?
This demon is your reason. Your reason for fighting.
Wait, your reason? Urizen. Oh my god! Anyway, what was V doing while Nero was on his way to fight Urizen? Well, I'm glad you asked. V finds the Sparta, kills a bunch of nobodies guarding the Sparta, yes, that's literally their name, gets the Sparta, finds Dante, and kills him. Wait, what? So, what happens now? Well, I'm glad you asked, because it's time for another flashback. Are you serious? Now, this flashback is about Dante getting saved by his mom during a demon attack on their house, and she goes to try and find Dante's brother, and oh, he didn't get killed. What do you know? But hey, guess what? It's time for another flashback. Why are there so many? Don't worry, I'll save some time for you guys on this one. Basically, Dante goes to Urizen and tries to beat him, and that leads to the events of the prologue and a little bit after. But how about what he did before he got to Nero? Well, he goes to go fight some more demons and do more Dante things. Hey, I thought you was V. Saves Trish, gets a motorcycle out of the parts of the demon that Trish was trapped in. How in the world? And heads off. Now I bet you're wondering, what's V's backstory? Oh, you didn't ask? Well, you're getting it anyway. So yeah, kinda after Dante leaves, V tells Trish his backstory and who he really is, and
You only do one thing with the crumbling flesh and feelings.
oh, I see. But after that, it's time for more wacky woohoo pizza man shenanigans.
How's that for road rash?
This game is ridiculous. So apparently that motorcycle Dante got before could be used as a weapon. This is one of the coolest games of all time. Either way, Dante heads off to his home's remains after attempting to get into a secret level and failing because I suck. Look, this was my first DMC game, please go easy on me. Anyway, now that he's home, time to stab himself.
Have you lost your mind? There's a demon to destroy! Kill yourself later! I'll help!
Yep, but it's not to try and kill himself like Griffin thinks as well, and me, because I was like, what the frick? I know this guy survived some crazy stuff, but stabbing himself? Like, I had heard the stories of him just being impaled by anything and just taking it not affecting him whatsoever, but of course, he's fine. He's Dante. And actually, he's more than fine. He has unleashed a new power called the Sin Devil Trigger. Anyway, now we know exactly what stopped Urizen from killing Nero. Yeah, that was a while ago. So we're back to the present, and with Dante's new Sin Devil trigger form, he gets a new sword called the Devil Sword Dante, and this thing looks awesome. However, it is not only fashionable, but very functional. So functional. So much so that it allows Dante to beat Urizen. Well, armor. He gets away. God dang it. So Dante goes to regroup with Lady, Trish, and V, and when he gets there, he decides to do a bit of dancing. Oh my god, I love this game. Anyway, time for everyone to go get to Urizen as fast as possible, but not after a little detour for everyone. Now, like here, everyone goes in their own path, with V starting out struggling, keeping himself together, making some distance as he loses his powers. But it doesn't end for him there, of course. There's still a lot more game to go and a lot more of this video to talk about. He gets trapped in a dimension where he finds his familiars and fights some old bosses to regain his strength. Also, I chose Nightmare as the first familiar, and luckily I was only fighting Artemis, but that was such a stupid decision looking back on it. I literally resulted to beating it with a stupid cane. God, why am I such an idiot? That aside, with his power back, he moves on and accidentally alerts Malphas. Hey, I've seen you before. And right before she finds him, my boy. But how did he get here? After many failed attempts at parkour, of course. You know, when I was doing this parkour, I was like, God, I really suck. But I hear that parkour in the Devil May Cry games has been notoriously bad. So I don't feel as bad as sucking at this so much as I did. But I still can't shake the feeling that I still suck at the parkour nonetheless. Anyway, once Nero gets to Malphas, he kills her, and after that, V convinces Nero to help him get to Urizen as his last request, despite Nero wanting to get there as fast as possible to try and get back at Urizen. V really wants to steal Dante's skill, if you couldn't tell. Speaking of, what was Dante up to during all this? Ah, fighting a giant three-headed dog. I see. Nonetheless, it goes down, of course, because Dante, and it turns into ice nunchucks and lightning and a fire staff. Wait, what? And yeah, that's the new weapon, King Cerberus. And it just intro I said before for these things are just insane. They're amazing. More, please. I love them. Either way, Dante makes his way to Urizen while V tells Nero how Urizen is actually Dante's brother, Virgil. Yeah, now's a good time to say, Yeah, I knew Virgil's name, of course, obviously. Anyway, Dante gets to yours and wait, where's the footage? We don't have it? What do you mean we don't have it? I forgot to record it? Oh yeah. I didn't record this mission or the next one for whatever reason, so we'll just use cutscenes for now until I have gameplay from mission 19 forward. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, Dante gets to Urizen and Urizen eats this fruit, giving him more power, but of course, Dante still beats him because Dante, and right after, Nero and V get there to see the fallen Urizen. V insists on ending Urizen once and for all, and technically he does end Urizen once and for all, but at the same time he regains his true form, Virgil. Oh my god, this is the first time I've seen this man for real, and he really just beats up Dante and teleports away. He has his manners though. Before he leaves, he thanks Nero.
Thank you, Nero.
See, he isn't rude. Still, Dante wants him dead, and Nero also wants to help because Virgil is the one that took his arm, but Dante doesn't want him to go because...
He's your father!
What? I guess it makes sense, but... What? I just got into the series and it's already throwing twists at me. Anyway, so Dante leaves a confused Nero and me to go find Virgil. He gets a rocket launcher while telling everyone else to leave, and on the way to Virgil, he finds the familiars, Griffin, Shadow, and Nightmare. They're to fight him one last time to end Virgil's nightmares, because it turns out that's what they are. It's a bit complicated to explain here, so I'll spare you the details and move on, since, as I've said before, this is not exactly a in-depth lore description of other games in the series. But hey, Dante found Virgil, and I found more gameplay, so let's play that. Oh my god, I was not ready for this. Either way, after a Sigurd Orb, I do beat him, and it turns out Virgil is just as surprised about Nero being his son as I am, because I am still thrown off about that, even though I just met this dude. Either way, they both seem ready to finish their fight once and for all, so they both go into their Sin Devil trigger forms, and... Who is you? Where did you come from? And why do you resemble a little bit of Nero? Yeah, I'm probably find out in another flashback. Oh my god, there's another flashback. But this one feels earned. This one is nice.
Kyrie. When I was a kid, I was alone. You and Credo were all I knew. And now all of a sudden I find out I have a family. What am I supposed to do with that?
You always know which path is right and which is wrong. There's no need to doubt yourself.
Thanks. I guess that's all I needed to hear. I have one last thing to take care of. And then I'm coming home. I couldn't protect Credo. To this day, I hate myself for not having enough strength. But this time is different. I swear! I'm not letting you die!
I always get a little bit emotional during this part whenever I either replay this or watch other people play through it. I never cried because of it, but man, Nero's voice actor is just so good, and the music just hits my emotional buttons. Emotions, man. Anyway, Nero gets to get revenge on Dante, calling him deadweight,
You listen, deadweight.
and gets to get revenge on Virgil, fighting him and beating him with just the coolest setup.
Interesting.
I know Dante had the same thing, but it wasn't as impactful fighting Virgil as Dante. Maybe because I hadn't played the other games in the series. But the music, the setting, the fight itself is just all so good, and we get to use this new ability for Nero. Do these finishers on Virgil and his doppelganger, and it's so cool. I love it. Everything about this game is just it's cool. Give me more, please. Where's Devil May Cry 6? It can't come soon enough. It might not actually come at all. That's the sad reality. Anyhow, once the fight is done, Nero tells Dante and Virgil that they need to stop the Clyfront tree before it's too late. So Dante and Virgil head off to the underworld to sever the Clyfront roots and close the portal, which will trap them there, but leaving Nero to protect the world.
Take care, Nero. Adios. I won't lose next time. Hold on to that until then. Idiots.
And just like that, the game ends. But not before killing some more demons. And what a way to end, playing through the credits with Nero's new power and the battle theme playing. It's amazing. It's awesome. But you know what's even more awesome? Even more gameplay in the credits is Dante. Now no more credits. Well, that amazing music. For real this time. What a way to end. Wait, another cutscene? Are you serious? Now, this is basically just Lady and Trish wondering where Dante got off to and or if he's gonna come back, so I'll just skip this one for you guys. Oh my god, there's another cutscene. Now trust me, this is seriously the last one. But it ends the game probably in the best way it possibly could.
Score for Dante. I'm up one.
When did you learn to count? We're even.
You know, I'm starting to think this is never gonna end.
Maybe. We got plenty of time.
Don't you dare say it, jackpot!
Well, now time to play as Virgil. Yeah, so in 2020, they released DLC for the game that allowed you to play as Virgil, and I got the game on sale, as I said before, with the Virgil DLC, and I hope for it to be some new campaign from Virgil's perspective, which would have been weird considering for half the time, or actually more than half the time, he was split as V and the Arisen. But it's just the same, except for a few extra cutscenes, while omitting the ones that wouldn't make sense at all. And I was surprised by the extra cutscenes, especially the one at the end. It was nice to see more about what Virgil and Dante did when they got to the underworld, and it made me like the characters even more. But with that, the credits roll again. We get a nice little image to end it off with. Now, I did play a lot more of this game after. I went on to the Devil Hunter mode, Son of Sparta mode, Dante Must Die mode, which is the hardest of them all, and Heaven or Hell mode, because, well, that mode was just stupid easy, and I was able to beat it in one sitting. I did not intend on it, but after playing the first level, I was like, might as well beat the rest of them. Either way, I think it's clear that I loved playing through this game. I mean, I wouldn't have beaten it 5 other times if I didn't. It also got me invested in the series, getting behind all the lore, analysis of the characters, other hack and slash games in general. It just did a lot for me, and I'm glad I was able to play this game. And I hope you all enjoyed me talking about it. This was very different from my normal videos, but it was a lot of fun to make and put together. Even though I had to write a over 3,000 word script for it, I might do more of these in the future, just talking about games that I play, since this type of stuff seems easy for me to make at the moment. So let me know if there are any other games that you might want to see me play and talk about. Thank you all for watching. That's it for now. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.